Hey, so um, does everyone see what's happening here? I'm sitting at a chair in an office with a yeah a folding wall behind me. I'm not in the swimming pool or in the Keller basement with all kinds of stuff in the background. And I'm doing this because this is my sweetie's place. She does conference calls for her work, and she recently got this wall, and she said, Paul, when you do one of your talks, you should like do that. And I thought, I'm. I guess what? I'm not a podcaster. Um, I share about my life and my life experiences. And as you've noticed, if you follow me, I absolutely repost from some amazing podcasters, and they are fantastic. I'm in harmony with much of what they say when I repost like that, and they are attractive and charismatic and articulate um, and I'm none of those things. Um, but I did decide to follow my sweetie suggestion and put up that and sit here and do this and the topic. I Some days ago I was telling you that I have topics. When I first started doing talks, a long time ago, it came from an origin of sharing at Alcoholics Anonymous meetings, and someone came up to me and they said, "Well, Paul, would you share your story at our church community?" And I said, "Yeah, I can do that." Um, and I did, and someone from the church community said, "Well, would you come and tell your story over here? And would you do that?" And so it kind of grew from that. And then one group said, "Well, do you have topics that you speak of?" And I said, "Well, I my history is speaking of my um, in Alcoholics Anonymous as a speaker. We tend to follow a format, what it was, what happened to change us, and how it is today. So that's how we do it. We did it. I did it. And so this one group said, "Do you have any topics?" And I said, just I just tell my story. And again, in Alcoholics Anonymous, we talk about sharing our experience, strength, and hope. Um, I don't want to give much power to hope because that it implies that I'm not accepting of what is. But that's another. Don't want to go down that road anyway. So I said, "Well, I tell you what I'll do." I said, "If you guys have a topic that you would like me to speak about, why don't you give me that topic? I'll live that topic at a more conscious awareness and how that affects me in my life." My chair rocks. um, and then I'll come back and I'll talk about my experiences because I can't teach. I have to share. Um, And so, yeah, there was walking through fear. Living in gratitude was gratitude is still a topic for me today. Uh, when I first got invited to speak about gratitude, then someone said, "Can you make a course out of it? And can you do this with it? And can you do that with it?" And then for years, and this has become the foundation of my life. And if you see my postings, I'm always closing with living in gratitude, and gratitude as I've said many times before, is not a feeling. Gratitude is my willingness to embrace all of my experiences as a gift for me in a very personal way. And it's a consciousness. And, and so it's, yeah, sometimes there's, oh, I get what I want. And sometimes, oh, I just, I just got what I didn't want. And that's kind of leading me a little bit into my topic for today. But you see, these are papers, and as I'm talking with people, and they say something, and it kind of touches me, and then I want to it touches me. I my talks are for me. My talks are not for you or for others. The one who hears me speak the most is me, and that's why I'm so aware of what I say and how I say it, because I am planting seeds with every word, with every thought. I'm planting a seed that I will be harvesting this afternoon, next week, next month, next year. I am harvesting all of the seeds that I sow with my thoughts and my words. Oh, got things coming in. Okay. Yeah, this is why I'm not a podcaster, because I can't immerse myself in just talking about a topic. I have to like be me. Anyway, oh yeah, there's a topic. It comes up later. That's not today. This topic is why do I want to do good? What is this drive to be good or better? Or yeah, that came up during my swimming, watching people learning how to swim good, and how important that is. And anyway, don't go down that road today. So it's not it. This is the topic. Um, I've heard this so many times. People come to visit me because they come to visit me. They have a friend or a relative, or yeah, somehow people find their way into my world and they would like to change their lives. And it's amazing either how, yeah, somewhere the situation that brings them to ask for help is that something is too much. This is too much. He is too much. She is too much. The kids are too much. And so why do I talk about this right now, today, Wednesday, 3:17 Central European Time? Well, because I wrote this down a few days ago, 2 weeks ago. Okay, it comes into my consciousness, and I want to be aware of this too much. And I need to have my experience. I'm finding that I'm generally leading a relatively balanced life, even though I have some profound challenges. I am able to live relatively peacefully and accepting of my challenges. And anyway, so little backstory leading up to the story. So I did a really strong, intense, relatively intense body workout the day before yesterday. So today's Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday evening, actually, even. And so Tuesday morning is swim day. So swim day, and I talked about this in my audio yesterday, is what it is. I never know for sure what I'm going to do, how it's going to feel with my COPD and my knee and my other physical stuff going on. It's like, I never know. I never. And then this guy gets I get an inspiration. Oh, let's do this. It's like, what? So I was surprised that all the lanes were open. Some reserved lanes were not being used. And so I had all this room, and I was swimming 50 meters with only one other person. And it's like, wow. like driving on the Autobahn by yourself. And so, I don't know, somewhere in my 300 meter distance, I thought, hey, let's swim 2 kilometers. We haven't done that. I can't remember the last time we swam 200 kilometers without stopping, 2,000 kilometers without stopping. So it's like, oh yeah, and I got the right environment for it, and also I used my counting. I said I'm going to count all the way. I'm going to count to 40. I'm not going to do groups of 10 to psychologically make this easier for me. I'm going to count to 40. And so about 1,000 meters into my swim, and they close the lane. And now us two, we have to move. And they close the lane next to us. So those people also had to move. And now I'm swimming in a lane with 5 people, and they're swimming at all different speeds and all different strokes. And it's more complicated than when I made the decision to go 2,000 meters without stopping. And this guy starts giving me messages, and it's okay to do no. Let's swim to the wall. Okay, let's turn around and come back. And going through this process of hearing the sound, hearing the stories, and just continuing, now 42, now lap 43, now lap 51. No, not true. Back up. So 23, 28, 31, because 40 is 2 kilometers. Anyway, so yeah, I did it. And I was tired, and I took my break at 2, and I thought, okay, that's enough. And somebody said, no. We'll do another 500. So while I was in the middle of doing the 500, I thought, no, we keep going. We do a full 1,000. we count to 20, and we swim. So anyway, I swim 3 kilometers, and I'm really, really tired. And my mind says, yeah, well, that's because blah, blah. Starts telling me stories about it's because of my training last night. It's because of this. It's like I can't just be tired. I have to be tired because, and then tell myself a story that then gets reinforced and projected out into the future as a truth. It's like, no, I'm tired. I got my ass out of the pool, on the side of the pool, went to stand up. No standing up. No, we're going to have to sit here for a while. There's a diving stand right next to me. So it's like, okay, let me relax for a minute. Let me figure out how I can grab a hold of this diving stand and get myself into a standing position. And I did. One step at a time, one bite at a time. One bite, that's me. Take a bite, chew the bite. I don't think about the next bite. I chew this bite, swallow it, and then take another bite. More about biting and chewing later. So I'm a tired guy. And of course, again, my mind is saying I'm tired because. It's like, no, I'm tired. Point. And what do I do to take care of myself when I'm tired? I move more slowly. I'm aware of my tiredness. It's like, it's okay to be tired. And it's not okay to be tired because blah, 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 blah. It's just okay to be tired now. So, take my shower, moving slowly, and I have on my agenda to go do a relatively big shopping for Katya and I, and I'm going to the grocery store. and it's like, oh, that's a bite. And so I don't know the grocery store so well, and as I said, I'm tired. And one thing I know about myself is if I'm tired, I can have a tendency to get anxious. I know that about me. So it's difficult to stay tired and doing what's in front of me. I tend to add something to the tired that makes doing this other thing even more difficult. Hope that makes sense. So it's not just a tired guy doing something, it's a tired, anxious, impatient, blah, blah, blah. So working on being tired, working on being tired. And so, yeah, the shopping was difficult, and guess what happens after shopping? You got to carry that shit up the stairs, and then you have to put the refrigerator stuff in the refrigerator. I've got a bag full of wet stuff from the pool, and I'm reminded, I was reminded at the store and during this whole process about the topic of this is too much. And just recognizing how simple it is for me to take this whole thing, this training last night and the 3K swim today, and you're 73 years old and you got a knee problem, and I'm putting this whole thing together. And so when I was talking about this topic with my friend some days ago, I said, let's just not use that phrase, this is too much, or let's just stop saying that, and let's talk about how I feel and stay with how I feel, because when I make something too much, it's the metaphor I used is like if somebody put a pizza or a burger or whatever, maybe that could be healthy food too, I don't know, but I came up with pizza and burgers, and I said, can you imagine taking the whole burger and sticking the whole thing in your mouth, and I don't know if you've had the experience where your mouth is so full you can't even chew, and so it's like I did that to me. I took this burger, I took this pizza, and I filled my mouth up so much, it is too much for me to chew. Okay? And so when I combine my weight training and my swimming and my lung problem and my age and and then all of a sudden I come up with this phrase, this is too much. And this is too much is the sound of my unpeaceful mind. And if I can go ahead and use that as a tool that says, wait a minute, Paul, you're out of the moment. You're stacking up events together and overwhelming yourself. And this is too much means stop. It's not too much because of he. It's not too much because of she. It's not too much because of they. It is too much because I have made it too much. I have brought things together to overwhelm myself. Why do I overwhelm myself? I'm invested in being a victim. I tell stories to other people and I get sympathy, okay? Maybe overwhelming myself is what I have to do before I do rest. I don't take breaks in between my activities and saying, that's a bite, chew that up well, swallow that, take the next bite. I'm just eating as fast as I can my life. And so that the phrase, this is too much, is me saying, I'm not taking care of myself. I'm out of the moment. I need to, once I calm down, because this mind that is perceiving my world as being too much, this mind is not going to give me good information, is not going to give me good guidance, is not going to give me good feedback. And so the first thing I need to do is I need to respond to the message that this is too much by saying, okay, now, Paul, we have to quiet down, take time, and let's, at some point, tonight, tomorrow, in 2 days from now, again, the priority is to recover from the condition that I call this is too much. Taking responsibility. Did I say that? Yes, I said that, but I didn't use the word. I am responsible for creating the condition that I label this is too much. And I'm not wrong. I'm not bad. I'm not guilty. I'm doing what I learned to do and how I learned to do it. And so I need to be loving and patient and compassionate and understanding and empathic with me. That's where the lessons start. The lessons start internally, and then they will become part of my external experience. Others will experience me that way, but not with my intention, but as a consequence of me practicing it with me. And so yeah, I mean this mouthful of hamburger or pizza or whatever pasta, I, if I swallow it, I will maybe probably need to go to the hospital. So I literally have to take some of this stuff out, get to the point where I have a small enough bite that I can chew it in a reasonable way and swallow it in a reasonable way and give myself time to recover from the chewing and swallowing process. And so, what was it that was going on for me in these minutes and moments before my mind says it's okay to put a whole pizza in my mouth? Because there was something going on with me. That's not a rational, logical, practical thing to do. And so this metaphor of the pizza or the burger is really a metaphor, because what's happening is that mentally I am living in this, oh, because of this, because of this, because of this, because of this. And then I add the one last thing to this list of because of thises that I've been accumulating. I'm bringing all of these issues from my past into the present, and then I add one more to this thing, and now it's too much. And generally what happens is this last thing I add to it, I identify as the source of the too muchness, when actually the source of the too muchness is that I'm not taking my life in these bites, and I'm carrying the effect of this last bite into the next bite, into the next bite, and maybe I'm living with my mouth half full 90% of the time. And it only takes me a very short period of time to say, this is too much, this is just too much. And often, as I say, often by the time someone comes to talk to me about changing their life, they have repetitively experienced too much. And so, yeah, that's it. It's that simple. The message that I give myself, which I heard yesterday as I was wandering around, having to go all the way back to the beginning of the grocery store to get this thing that was on the list that I had walked by earlier. It's like, yeah, I had to smile because my mind says this is too much. This is too much. And what I did was I got on my messaging app and I said, Kathy, a message. I said, I think in the future I don't want to do big shopping after my swims. And so, I saw that the message of this is too much is an invitation for me to make changes. And so I initiated a change right there. And and then of course it motivates me to put up this wall and to sit here and to pretend like I'm a podcaster for the moment. How long is this thing? Oh, it's really long. It's long. So anyway, if you've had the patience to listen through this thing, and I don't know what your phrase is, whatever the language is, whatever the phraseology is that you use that describes this is too much, and that I at some level empower the belief that this self-created thing, I'm a victim to it, and it's like, no, I created it, and I have to take responsibility for creating it. It's an accumulation of things that I have done or haven't done. Maybe I've not been doing my self-maintenance, whatever. I created this situation for me to learn how to do things differently. And so there is a nice long video. And I now will go get on my training clothes and go down to the Keller and get on my bicycle. This this morning, my niece said, "No, no, no." I just said, "Okay, we'll see. You know, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. We don't know where we will be at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So now yeah. I'd say by the time I get my ass on the bicycle seat, it'll be after 2, and I'll do more of my bicycle ride. And I think I think I talk about that too, because the choice of that particular bicycle ride has some great meaning for me. So I'll talk about that later. But I close this, I make it into a YouTube video, and I post it now. I wish you an amazing Wednesday. I wish you to experience that you are amazing. I am, yeah. You know, I crawled out of that swimming pool yesterday, and I said, "Wow, that was amazing," and I'm amazing. And you know, it's like I don't think about I'm an amazing 73-year-old, and that I'm an amazing 73-year-old with COPD. It's like, you know, I'm not an athlete, and I don't particularly like to train, but I make these choices, and for me, that's amazing. And I just encourage you to find ways to see how amazing you are. And yeah, I stop now. Talk to you later, huh? Pow.